everybody, it's Stephanie from Cover's Corner Suburban Homestead. I'm going to take you on a quick tour of the garden so far this year. There will be changes to them. To the first section that I'm going to show you, we're actually going to be moving it because we've relocated where the addition is going to be. So, but we have this season, so we'll be able to use them. And so that's what we're going to do. But anyway, let's real quick. The green stalks are looking really good. Lots of, we've been coming out and picking peas off of here and just as a snack, because kind of they're supposed to be for stir fries, but they never make it to that because we always end up grabbing them and snacking on them because there's only like one or two here and there. But anyway, so peas are looking really good. Spinach just struggled this year. And this has been out here for quite a while, so I'm not sure what's going on with the spinach, but it didn't do so well this spring. The lettuces are looking okay. This is red romaine and this is Marvel Four Seasons. We haven't really picked any off of there, so I'm not sure what the deal is with it. Strawberries are looking really good in the green stock. Now, yeah, there's some empty pockets here and a weed, but they're I have replacements coming. I don't know if I'm going to give them a little bit longer. I don't know if you guys can see in there. It's kind of dark. But I'm also going to let the ones from the pockets above it cascade down to fill those empty pockets. Like I said, I do have more coming, more starts coming. So I can fill them in if I need to. And this is the other green stalk. That's our strawberry tower also. And this one's got some blossoms on it. I'm so excited. Let's see if I can get my finger out of the way. And again, this one I didn't fill all the way down because I didn't have enough. Be using some of those. That's why I ordered the other starts was for to finish filling that one in. So, or any places we need them. This is one of I have 4 green stalks. I just got these 2 green ones this year. I'd like the darker green like that. This one has just some random stuff. It's got some peppers in up down here and some cilantro, micro tomatoes. I got a couple different types of those, and I do love these two green stalks, which I just got both of these dark green ones. I got them both with the spinner bases. The other ones that I've had for a couple years now, I got with the movers. And the mover bases are nice if you have like a smooth surface that they're on. We can move them on the decks. It's a little bit harder. They kind of get stuck in the cracks. But it also kind of helps keep them in place too, so that they don't like blow all over the place. They do have locks on the wheels, but I don't usually lock them too much. But anyway, this is the micro tom. Look at the little teeny tiny tomatoes. Can you guys see that? Look at that teeny tiny little tomato in there. I'm my first year growing those, so I'm kind of curious. And like I said, there are some empty pockets in here, but I do have stuff to fill in here. This is just going to be kind of, I think I'm going to put a couple, it's not even Monday, a couple determinate tomatoes in there and stuff like that. So here's the artichokes, looking really good. Really, really good. I have 3 of the green globes and 1 of the red star, Colorado red star. And this is my first year starting the artichokes from seed, so I'm excited about them. Some of our Brussels sprouts. I love this netting. It's working really great to keep the bugs out. Down here we have rutabaga, kohlrabi and pak choi, which we pull that up and use that for stir fries, and we'll be doing that for dinner tonight, so that's great. Cabbages, got some really, really nice heads forming on them. I think this one got into the wrong row, you guys, but it doesn't matter. I mean, a cabbage is a cabbage, right? And these are more, I can't remember if those are Brussels sprouts, because obviously they're not cabbage. I think those are more Brussels sprouts also. And then we've got some kales. And once these cabbages are out of here, These ones, like especially right around here, I'm going to readjust these hoops so that this kale can be free, because it's kind of low down there. But we can also make those higher, like this one is higher. We can tell the difference on the camera or not, so we can add to them. I picked those up off of Amazon. I'll try to link them down below. They're really nice. These are Brussels sprouts, purple Brussels sprouts. Now my broccoli is like this one. I'll need to be picked. It's getting ready to bolt. I do have some that bolted over there. I'm okay with that because I'm going to save those for seed. I had planned on letting 1 or 2 of them go anyway, so I can save it for seed, and that's what I'll do with that. Now we have different types of broccoli. Like as you can see, I've been harvesting broccoli, and I have these ones that are all ready to go that I'll be harvesting them. I have some cauliflower down here hiding. I've already harvested 4 heads of cauliflower, and looks like all of these ones in this row are starting to head up now. I harvested the early ones. They started, I think, about a week ago. I harvested oh no, Mother's Day I harvested, so last Sunday I harvested the first head of that cauliflower and made some cauliflower and broccoli salad with it. It was really good. And then I've harvested the last 2 of the early cauliflower, which are these, were these. And I'm going to come back here if it doesn't rain out, if I don't get rained out today, and pull those plants up. But I've harvested like the broccoli that was here. I had purple broccoli. Yeah, purple broccoli. And I harvested, oh, there's another head down there. I don't feel like fighting with this. That netting is nice, but it's hard to do. Like, I don't want to take it off one-handed. It's just kind of difficult to pull it on and off. So if you can't see those broccoli through there, I apologize. You just have to take my word for it. So in here I have this is a Candyland tomato. If you followed us at our old homestead, that's one of our favorite tomatoes. They're teeny tiny little, almost like a little berry tomatoes, and they're just really good. And I'm not a big person for grabbing a tomato and just eating it, but it's just enough. It's not super tomatoey flavor, but it's tomato. So this is a Bella Rosa. This is just, I kind of just put in some random tomatoes in this box up here because this is in the area closest to the house. This area will be changing. These will all be moved way over on the other side of the pool in the fenced in area, because our addition is going to go in this area. So this will be the only season, well, probably this fall, because the way permitting goes, it'll probably take us forever to get the permits, to get anything started. So I got some time, but that'll all be being moved over there. I have some red macaroni and Mamma Mia Rosa peppers. I have a Cherokee purple tomato, teeny tiny little tomato plant. Okay, it wasn't that tiny, but when I plant them, I bury them deep, so he looks tiny right now. These squash have been through the mill. They look really pathetic right now. But you see these beans too? They were all together and got hit by, we got a cold snap a couple weeks ago. And it didn't freeze, but it just got really cold. It got into the upper 30s. Look, like 38 or 39 degrees overnight, and they just kind of took a hit. They're coming back though, so I'm not too worried about them. And you're going to see some more peppers over here that's the same, or not peppers, some more squash over there that the same thing happened to. And a couple of them I did replant because some of them didn't have any green growth, so I was like, we got plenty of time, so I just restarted seed for them. My beans are hit and miss because of the same reason. These are my Kentucky Wonder pole beans. I did replant some of them, but we'll see, or resow I should say, some of them, and we'll see how those goes. I do have some down here in the potato, like those ones got hit too. So I have some bush beans, and I'm gonna plant some more Kentucky Wonder pole beans out in the other part of the garden. So if they don't make it, again, we have plenty of time for them. So I'm not too worried about them. So our potato bed, well, this is one of our potato beds. I'm planting a second one in out there this week. They'll be staggered. and we won't have to worry about having them all come in at one time and me having to process them all at one time. Plus we'll have some for fresh eating too. You can see some of the beans in here. Like these ones are doing all right in there. And those are Kentucky Wonderful beans also. Let me go over here. I gotta figure out a good routine for our good route for this. This is one of the Nero Toscano kales that was tiny, tiny. And here's another one, so they're gonna get pretty big here. These are Tenderette bush beans. They're green beans. So those are doing pretty good. By the time, you know, there's gonna be plenty of time. Like these will come up pretty quickly and grow pretty quickly. And the kale will take a little bit longer, so I'm not worried about them overshadowing the kale or the kale overshadowing them. They should be pretty set as far as timing goes. Okay. I am bound and determined that I am going to get bunching onions or green onions planted this year, or to actually germinate this year. I have had no luck at all. These 2 rows, I don't know if you can see the tag, they were started on the 14th of April. It is May 12th. No germination. I did replant some rows in here that take up this whole row last week. And we'll see. Different pack, same type of, it's the same type. I have, no, it's the Flavor Kings that I did this last time. Still, green onion. So, fingers crossed I get some. I'm bound and determined. I'm going to pull this weed out of here. Okay, so these are more of the snap peas. And again, the purpose for these were for stir fries and stuff like that, if they make it to that point, because everybody likes to come and just pick them as a snack. This is a not fancy trellis, guys. All it is I have some bamboo sticks and an extra piece of welded wire fence that just so happened to fit in this space, so that's what it's used for. These beautiful things are my radishes, some of them. These are red tail, I always do this, red rat's tail radishes. They flower first, because the first time I grew these I was like, oh my god, they went right to seed, like they didn't do anything. They get really big and they flower, and then they set off these really long, it looks like a rat's tail, pods that is the edible part of that. Now I don't know if like the leaves on these are edible. I haven't gotten that far into researching them or not to know that yet. But the radishes, they do not look like your normal radish. They grow above ground. They don't grow underground, and they do look like a tail. Shelby likes to try to eat the mold, or the compost out of the beds. So. And now she's choking on it. Anyway, and those are really good in stir fries. Also, they're really good to just eat too. Like they're thin, and so you can munch on them. Like you get the shorter ones, or they get really long if you let them go. And the heat level's about the same. Like we haven't noticed any difference in the heat level. So I planted just the other day some black Spanish radishes. I didn't plant them earlier because I wanted to see how big these are. And this is only 2. Well, let's see if I can show you guys. This is only 2 plants. See how big that plant is? There's only 2 radish plants in here of the red rat's tail. And they just get so big that it's really nice. And they put off a lot. They put off a lot of little radishes on there. So, well, not little, they get long, like I said. But anyway, so I waited until those came up and started getting to like their mature size before I planted anything on this side of them, because it was going to be narrower, and I wasn't sure how many of those were going to germinate for sure. I have some watermelon radishes that have come up, and I'm going to come thin some of them out. They didn't do too bad as far as spacing with most of them, and that's what these are also. And then I have some Japanese wasabi. That's what those are there. That was a free seed that we got from Baker Creek with one of my orders, so I'm like, we'll try it and see. My husband likes wasabi, and we'll see how it goes. The asparagus, you're gonna see both dogs back there now. The asparagus bed's looking really good. We did, this is the second year for that. We did harvest a few small ones earlier, just like, I mean, maybe 3, just to try them and see how they were. And I swear to gosh, I just was out here weeding the other day, and I got weeds all in here. So there's like, I don't know what these ones are, little clover type things. But anyway, they were really good. Next year's the 3rd year for this bed, so we should be able to harvest a lot more next year, and enjoy them more. We're just kind of, you know, they say the first year eat none, the second year eat some, the 3rd year you can eat them all. But I don't know if we'll eat them all anyway, because I'd be afraid that we ate them all. So anyway, this is another one of the squash plants that got hit, but you can see it's getting green again. It's greener than it looks on the camera. So and my battery's probably going to die because all of a sudden it's decided it's at 39%. This is lavender. I got some more rosemary, lemon balm, and I did not start that from seed. My lettuces, I'm going to come take, I took a couple out of here already, but these are the little gem, I think they are. Yeah. And then these ones were just, these are succession sowing, so, and I'm going to come thin some of these out, but I got to cut some of these out so there's room for them. Here's my carrot bed out here that I'm going to come and thin these out too. I'm always afraid of thinning carrots before they get to a certain height, because I don't want to pull them all out, you know, or like I don't weed the entire bed until I know how big the carrots are and where they're at. My purple potted pole beans got hit by the cold and did not come back. I replanted some and they still have not done, well, I got 2 random ones here. So I'm going to probably replant again and see what happens. If not, I might just throw some Kentucky Wonders in there. Have a whole bunch of sweet peppers here. I got sweet banana peppers and some gypsy peppers. And I can't think of what the other ones are. And again, these are the squash that got taken out, except for that one lone one. That's the original one. This little one over here is original. That went through the cold, but I've replanted the rest of them. I reseeded the rest of them, so hopefully they will take. All right, let's go real quick and look at this garden, because my battery's dying. I had my camera plugged in with the battery in it. I have 2 batteries charging. Went to start this video, turned on the camera with the first battery, nothing, it was dead, it wouldn't even turn on. So then I put this battery in, because this is a spare, I usually always keep it charged. 64%. I've been recording for 17 minutes and it's at 39%. So these are my onions, some of them. If you follow on Facebook, you've seen, like I've updated, we use cattle panel trellising for our tomatoes. This year I'm trying onions around my tomatoes or with my tomatoes for deterrence, to see how they go. See how that goes. This is all my Amish paste down here. I have a total of 83 tomato plants. I do have some that are not quite in the ground yet, because our girls have beds that we haven't got up yet, which we're working on that this week also. I do have a experiment going. I know I need to cover these. These were potatoes that had extra long tubers on them, or eyes on them. So I figured I would try them and see what happens. Some of them are doing pretty good. Starting to sprout. They've only been in there about a week. It's my peas. They were looking a little shabby, but they're bouncing back. I will be trellising them this week. Lots of things to do. These are my hot peppers. These are Tabasco peppers, those 2. And then I have cayenne and Anaheim. That's an Anaheim. These 3 are jalapeno. Those 3. See if you can even see that little teeny tiny one. I'm a sucker for if I go to plant something and there's another little start in there and I have space, I put it in the ground and see what happens. They may not live. I have a couple of regular jalapenos and that's just fine. I have the tags on the other side. I know I have banana peppers, the hot ones here, and then I have Craig's Grande, and then these ones I bought at the store. The peppercini, because my peppercini did not germinate and I didn't have time and I wanted to get some. Those are the Hungarian wax. There's 6 of them. Oh, the cayenne. These 2 are cayennes. So I don't have a problem with picking up a plant at the store if I need it, if mine didn't germinate. Sometimes it just happens and you just never know. So I wanted those peppers, and my Tabasco didn't germinate either, so had those picked up by a friend at the store when she saw them. So more onions here, more tomatoes. These are a mixed variety. I have a Chef's Choice orange, a black cherry tomato, Abe Lincoln's, watermelon beefsteak. I have a couple of those. The giant white, which I've never tried before. I have a black crim. I have some black crim here and I have some in another spot. I have Dr. Weishi's. I have Cherokee purple. Oh, Oxheart pink. I only had 1 Oxheart pink germinate and survive. I had 2 that germinated and 1, and I planted like 8 of them. So I'm not sure. I've never grown them before either. It was a trial year. I did pick up some San Marzanos at the store to try them. Guys, what I do when I go look shopping for plants, if I'm gonna go to the store and buy them, like the big box stores, because unfortunately we have limited supplies around here, I will look for the plants that have like more than 1 in them, like the tomatoes and the peppers. I will not buy it if there's only 1, because I'm not going to pay $5 for 1 plant when we know that it doesn't cost that much to plant them. So I'll look for the ones that have multiple plants in them. And actually those San Marzanos that I picked up actually had 3 plants in each pot. So that takes, if it was $4.78, because I think that's what they were at that time, for 1 pot, for 1 3-inch pot, I think it's the smaller one, not the bigger ones, you divide that by 3 and that makes it a little bit more economical to buy those. So, and now the wind's gonna pick up, so I have battery dying, the wind blowing, it looks like it's gonna rain, so hopefully we can get through this. Here's my bed of leeks, looking really good. This bed is empty right now, but we'll be putting more potatoes in here. I have them. This is called a baby orchard corn. They're supposed to only get about 3 or 4 feet tall with little cobs, kind of like a half cob basically. But I just wanted to try them. They were from Baker Creek. They looked interesting, and why not? Okay. So here's more tomatoes. I have 16 more tomatoes over here. 16. I have another black cherry. This is a Sun Sugar. I've never tried it. That I picked up. It looked like it was not going to make it, so they gave me a discount. I have Celebrity tomatoes. These are determinate, so they will not get really huge. The black cherry and the Sun Sugar, sorry, are indeterminate, so they will be trellising pretty decently up that, supposed to be pretty decently up the cattle panel. I have some Thornburn's Terracotta in here. That's what all these ones with the pink are. I have not grown them before either. And another Candyland. And then I've thrown some marigolds in there also. This is all empty right now. This will be planted out with seed. I'll be putting seed in there. Hopefully this weekend, depends on the weather. We're supposed to get 2 more days of rain again. We get a half a day of sunshine and 4 days of rain. It's crazy. So hopefully, I'm shocked because I was out here last night and what I'm going to show you in a minute wasn't there. And I was kind of concerned, but I'm glad they're there. Anyway, these are Candy Roaster squash. And what we're going to do is we have some we have the ground cover. So we're going to put a piece of ground cover from here out to just let them grow out this way, and we don't have to worry about the weeds. I planted Oh, there's the tag. I'm like, I knew I tagged them. My grinding corn in here. I got a 4x4 or 4x3 because this is only 3 foot wide area of grinding corn, because I thought with everything going on, I just kind of want to try that out and see how that works for me to grind for like our cornmeal, cornbread and stuff like that, to see how it works. I mean, it's just, you know, sometimes you got to do that. And I would like to do as much stuff as I can for myself anyway, so regardless of what's going on in the world. Yes, my sugar pie pumpkins. So these will be on an arch, which we're going to set up here. That'll go over to this side. And I'll probably throw something like, something I don't have to tend to really in here. That's a little bit longer term for growth. So I don't have to worry about that. Getting in there and harvesting stuff before the pumpkins are done. Probably some more rutabaga I think I might put in there. Some celery. And then in here I have more pak choi. And I'm going to be putting some chives in here. And I know chives are they usually come back every year, and I'm okay with that. I kind of want to put them in there. And then I'm going to put some Swiss chard in here. And I know it's going to, well, typically the weather gets warmer this time of year here, but you know, I don't know. So I'm just going to try it and see. Hopefully, like the pak choi doesn't bolt. You know, I know that technically it's supposed to be cool weather, but we'll see. What do you hurt? I mean, I have the seeds. I have a little bit of space. It's not going to cost me anything. These are my tomatillos. I only had 4 that made it this year. So I'm hoping that they give me enough to make some salsa verde, because that's my goal. This bed, the beast over there decided to run through. They're not allowed over here unless we're here, but we were here and he went, I don't remember, something happened. He went chasing it, but here's more tomato. Here are more tomatoes, and we'll be putting a cattle panel up here. These are all indeterminate, so I have more black Krim I picked up at Homestead Gardens. Tomato, indigo rose tomato I wanted to try. Some green zebra tomatoes, and some Mr. Stripey tomatoes. Now I got those. I know I can grow them from seed. In fact, I do have the black Krim from seed, but I wanted to get a few more of those. But the other ones I can grow from seed, but I don't know if I'm going to like them to buy a whole pack of seed. So I pick up like 1 or 2 of them, and I usually always get things in tubes because I don't want them to be lonely. I want them to have friends. So anyway, so we're going to try those. And they're all heirlooms. And in here I have my pickling cucumbers. And this will, like, again, we'll have the cattle panel up behind them so they can trellis up there. I only had enough for 1 plant for the national pickling left. And I thought I had more, so I have to order those. And these are Boston pickling. The rest of them I have 6 more, I think, or 7 more. I can't remember how many I put in there. On this side we have all sweet peppers. I got a yellow bell because I have a bunch of green. I got 2 yellow bells actually, but it came in 1 package. It came in 1 pot. That's what I was saying. When I buy a pot, I usually look for more than 1 in there. And so I got 2 plants for that. Some Ozark Giants. That's a hybrid orange bell snacking pepper that I saved I saved the seeds from 2 years ago. I want to see what they do this year, plant them, see what we get from them, just as an experiment. And the girls have one each that they'll be putting in their little beds too. Those are Giants, and then these are the Touchdown green bell peppers. And that's why I got that yellow bell pepper, because these are all green and I like color. So all right, so this is my Rampicani squash, and then this one is, and I actually just transplanted them Monday from that bed down there, because originally I was going to do an arch over to that bed for them, but since I got the other tomato plants that I needed to put a cattle panel up there, you know, there wasn't going to be room, so I moved them down here. And we're going to do the same thing with them that I was talking about with the candy roasters, and just put the landscape fabric out here, or the ground cover out here. But this is what's exciting to me. Let's see if you can see. All down here. Yes, there's grass in there from mowing, but you see all the beans down the center of this bed. All the way down. These are my pinto beans. And these will be trellised, so they're not going to spread out. They'll go up. And these are my black beans. And this half, let me make sure I'm looking at this right. In my Cherokee Trail of Tears that I saved seed from in this half. So that first half, and these guys, there was one of those in each bed. One plant up yesterday. Today's Thursday. Yesterday, Wednesday when I was out here, there was only one plant of each of those, and I'm like, well, maybe they're not going to germinate. Ugh, you know? And I walk out today, and they're all, well, I mean, not all of them are germinate, but there's a heck of a lot more than one each. So those will be trellised also on the cattle panel, or maybe not cattle panel, but they'll be trellised down the middle. Probably welded wire, T-posts, something. So this is where our chickens are going to be. We still got to fortify this. We're going to cover it, so don't freak out, everybody. It'll be taken care of. We're working on it. We're building the we got the roost done inside. It keeps wanting to rain though every time we try to, because we have to haul out the tools and stuff, and it's like it's raining, it's not raining, it's raining, it's not raining. So we just have to, we've got most of the nesting boxes done. There's just a little bit to finish on those. I'm down to 14% on my battery. So, and then we'll have that finished, and we're gonna be cutting up a door in the side for the pop door for them to come through, and then building the ramp, obviously, and all this down underneath the coop, or the coop will be all secured with the, oh, he took it in, with the hardware cloth. So trust me, I am very concerned about the safety of all of my animals. I always have been, so they will be secure. We do have foxes, we have raptors, we have, you know, I'm sure there's other predators around that we haven't seen, but I know we've seen a fox in the backyard, we've seen deer, and we just had a huge hawk flying over Tuesday. So yeah, and then this is a bunny hutch that we got off of Facebook Marketplace for free. We obviously need some help, need some work. We're gonna be starting our breeder rabbits soon. We may not use them for meat to start with. That will be a if we need it thing, but plenty of fertilizer for the gardens. That's kind of what my main goal was with them. But we are getting a trio just in case, or in case we decide we want to go that route. So we'll be all set. So we need to like build another hutch and fix this one up a little bit. There's some things we're going to change about the way that they have it designed. Like they have a solid bottom in there, and we don't want a full solid bottom because I don't want to, you know, it ruins the wood when they urinate in that. We want that to be able so that we can harvest that, and we're probably going to disassemble them so they're not stacking, so they don't go to the bathroom on each other. So, and that's going to end up being out here. We're going to build like a lean-to off the chicken coop and have the rabbits housed in there. That's going to be a little bit down the road. So this area over here is where the potager garden is going to go. I'll try to give you the full view real quick before I run out of battery. We'll be moving all the beds from the other garden that I was talking about earlier. They'll be in this area. I'll be doing some fruit trees. I have dwarf fruit trees, berry bushes, some flowers and herbs. We have some butterfly bushes. That bin will be moved over to by the other compost bin. We'll be combining those to make bigger compost bins. So this is a work in progress right now. This is the low area of our yard also. So we're trying to figure out where to put what so that when it rains it doesn't get too waterlogged. So, but anyway, that's a quick tour. I just wanted to try to fit it in because we've been so super busy, and the weather when I'm not busy is like this, so or when I have a second. So I just wanted to try to fit this in, guys. If you're new, thanks for joining us. Well, even if you've been with us for a while, thanks for joining us. I hope you guys come back. If you're new, hit the like and hit the subscribe button below so you can follow us. If you like what you're seeing, whether you're new or not, give us a thumbs up. That helps with the algorithm with YouTube. If you haven't already, follow us on Facebook and Instagram, Cover's Corner Suburban Homestead. And I think that's about it. I'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day.